The following is a preview for the next Ultra Vegito chapter and may contain spoilers. Click off now if you'd rather wait. But soon, even standing there in the presence of Vegito's power becomes too tall a task, as with a ferocious bump in energy, the third begins to be pushed back and off balance. This is too much energy for one being! His body has to explode at this point, surely! As with one eye open, struggling to keep himself straight, even the third begins to realize that whatever Vegito is doing, it is pushing the very limits of what is even possible. But as Vegito finally stops his power up, despite all the fears, still covered in disheveled veins, a sinister smirk is seen as Vegito lets out, "I thought I told you gods already to stop underestimating us!" As Vegito then launches at Yamoshi with speed on behalf of all mortals with complete resentment, the very sound barrier around him creating a sonic boom as he moves. How did he recover already? Leaving Yamoshi to quickly then lift both his arms up in defense, hoping to brace himself before... Suddenly, just as Vegito reaches within touching distance, he immediately vanishes as if never there to begin with. Where will he come from this time? And Yamoshi, having remembered the last time Vegito attacked after vanishing, instantly becomes panicked, looking all over for a trace of the God Killer's presence. There he is! Until just as expected, Vegito appears once again just where Yamoshi had thought, ready to begin his attack. That is until Vegito once more vanishes, confusing Yamoshi to no end. What? And soon, he reappears behind Yamoshi once again, this time even further behind them. What on Sadala? But as Vegito reaches close, yet again he mysteriously vanishes. And at this point, it becomes clear that Yamoshi is just being played with, as he begins thinking, what is this fool doing? He could have caught me there. Does he think this is a game? Does he think I'm a game? Come out! And for a good minute at least, Yamoshi would just remain in silence, waiting for the God Killer to appear, but he just never does. Vegito! Come out, you coward! If I don't see you in the next second, I'm going to destroy this entire universe!
You do nothing, weakling!
Before out of nowhere, with the signature Kaioken sound, Ultra Vegito would appear, slamming his fist right across Yamoshi's face, giving him exactly what he wanted, but in brutal fashion. Sending Yamoshi for a hard crash into what seems like a diamond-like structure in the distance. And on that final attack, it seems to be almost the last straw for the third, as he sits slumped with his head down, not able to do anything but mutter incoherent groans in pain. What's wrong, Yamoshi? I thought you were the strongest Saiyan in history! What a joke! While on the contrary, Vegito continues to power up forcefully, goading the third, while on the inside, we can see and sense that actually the Kaioken is putting Vegito's body through a level of pain none of us could even imagine. While the seemingly completely beaten Yamoshi, now barely able to open his eyes and bleeding profusely, would look defeated in stance, thinking only to himself, "This guy, he's incredible. It's unbelievable even. He hasn't transformed an inch from when we started battling, yet his power now just won't stop growing. He's even exceeded mine. The power of a true Super Saiyan God. How could a mortal Saiyan go past one that attained godhood? How far have these Saiyans come since my time?" And soon, begrudgingly, Yamoshi would stand back up, wobbling from his damage still as he holds onto the mountain for some support, before letting out, "Well, if I'm going to go out, I'm going out on my feet. I'm going to die like a true Saiyan." "As you wish, Yamoshi!" And instantly, as if having heard Yamoshi's final words, Vegito appears with instantaneous speed, right in front of Yamoshi with a roar, his arm already cocked back, ready to put the Saiyan God out of his misery once and for all. "What?" But suddenly, as Vegito rushes in one final time, something strikes him and stops him straight in his tracks. As quickly, we then see internally at Vegito's heart, and safe to say, it is pumping so hard and fast, it begins to almost look as if it is still until... Unbelievably, in a shock turn, the God-Killer's beating heart suddenly explodes into a tsunami of flesh and blood all over the insides of Vegito. And with that, the eyes of the God-Killer suddenly go blank. His momentum near stops, and not a sound more can be heard from him. Falling like a bag of rocks down to the ground before Yamoshi, as the third winces in confusion, even stepping back from the unexpected turn of events. Eventually leaving the lifeless and internally bleeding body of Vegito dead on the floor, as if frozen in time, not even reverting back to base form. For the first time, Vegito may be truly dead. And standing there now utterly curious over the dead body of the God-Killer was the near-beaten Yamoshi, looking down as Vegito's body doesn't utter out as much as a single breath. And if you want more, the next video is already up live on my Patreon, right now live for over 4,500 plus incredible patrons who are getting early access for life, as well as actively seeing hidden Ultra Vegito episodes. And if you want that too, head to my Patreon to see the full next video, as the ending is insane and it's another very long video. So join now and talk to me. Links are in the description and pinned comment.